red lipstick. So today I'm going to be doing a review and demo of the Maybelline Fit Me foundations, and I'm going to be actually showing you both of the ones that they have. This is the Matte and Poreless foundation, and this one is the Dewy and Smooth one. If you guys have watched my channel, you know that this is my absolute favorite drugstore foundation. And so I'm going to be showing you the differences between the two, how they look on your face. So I'll do one half in one and one half in the other, so you can see the differences. My only concern about this foundation, which is super weird, is that they are both Porcelain 110, but they are two different colors. For some reason, the Dewy and Smooth one is darker than the Matte and Poreless. I don't know why. It's very odd because they are the exact same number, color. It's just super weird. The Matte and Poreless is it's significantly lighter than the Dewy and Smooth. So I don't know why that is. So just keep that in mind if you're going into the store and you're trying to pick a color. Just kind of keep that in mind that the Dewy and Smooth one does run a little bit darker. I'm also going to link you down below to a website that I use that matches you to your foundation. And all you really have to do is you type in what foundation you currently use, and it'll tell you what other foundations match the color that you currently use in different brands. So say you use Revlon Color Stay, you can type that in there and it'll tell you which other foundations and tons of different brands you match to. So that's a really awesome site. Also, if you don't know what color you match to, you can also upload a picture and it'll tell you which colors work best for you. So that's a really awesome website. I'll link it down below. I am going to do the right half of my face in the Dewy and Smooth, and then the left half of my face in the Matte and Poreless. So I'm going to show you kind of the differences between the two. So we will start out with the Dewy and Smooth one. Also keep in mind that this foundation is very, very runny. I just dumped some out and a ton came out and I just kind of had to put it back. So I'm just going to dip my Real Techniques sponge in there and start blotting this on the right half of my face here. What I love about this foundation, regardless of which one I get, the Matte and Poreless or the Dewy and Smooth one, is that the coverage is really nice. It's very buildable, but it looks like you're not wearing foundation. It's not like this cakey foundation, not super full coverage. It looks like it's your skin, but better. So it really covers those imperfections on your face. So far this is one layer of the Dewy and Smooth on the right half of my face. I really like the coverage even with just one layer. This would be great for people who don't need a ton of coverage, who don't have a lot of redness or acne and things, just kind of want to even out their complexion a little bit. One layer is plenty. It's beautiful. It doesn't cover my freckles, which I love. I don't like to cover my freckles. I know some people do, but it does mask a lot of my redness. Obviously, I have a few pimples on my face, but really, you can't expect foundation to cover your pimples. That's kind of a concealer's job, and I use concealer regardless, but the finish of this is already gorgeous. You can see that my face just looks beautiful. I'm gonna go in with one more coat here to show you guys just how it builds up. Okay, so this is what 2 coats of the Dewy plus Smooth one looks like. I want to say that I don't really recommend the Dewy and Smooth one for people with oily skin. The one I have regardless is for normal to dry because I do have normal to dry skin. The problem with it when you have oily skin is that it's already a dewy finish, so it already looks a little bit wet. So when you have oily skin, that's just really going to intensify it and you're going to look even more oily than you already are. You can definitely use some blotting sheets to kind of blot it away, or use a Kleenex or a sponge to just kind of get rid of that dewiness. Because I do not have oily skin, but I can see already in this area here, I almost look a little bit oily, but that's really the dewy finish of it. So I just want to point that out. They do actually have ones that are meant for different skin types. Like I said, I have the normal to dry one. They do have ones that are meant for oily skin as well. So just make sure you choose the one that matches your skin type. But yeah, the finish is really, really nice. I really like it. I am preferable to the matte one, which I will show you now. So this is the Matte and Poreless. This one is a little bit lighter than the other one, like I said. So this time I'm just going to use the opposite end of the Beauty Blender because I don't want to mix the two. And this time I'll just kind of pour it directly on the sponge. Okay, so this is one coat of the Matte and Poreless foundation. If it's picking up on camera, you can definitely tell the difference in color. This one is significantly darker than this one. But we're looking at finish, so please ignore the color difference. I really don't know why it's like that. It's a little frustrating, but... So I'm gonna do one more coat of this to show you how it builds up as well, and we will compare the two again. Okay, so that is now 2 coats of the Matte and Poreless on the left side, and they both have 2 coats on each side. Again, ignore the color difference if you can. But they are very similar in finish, to be honest. The more you build up the Matte and Poreless, actually the more kind of dewy it looks. They're very similar in finish. Really the only difference kind of is color at this point, and they shouldn't be different in color because they are the same color. But either way, honestly, I really love the finish of this. It makes my skin look very beautiful. Obviously I have pimples that I will conceal with concealer, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful product. Completely evens out my skin tone, evens out the redness, but yet still leaves my freckles coming through. So it's a beautiful foundation, whichever one you choose. Just note that they are very similar in finish, to be honest. I also want to point out that they are a little bit tacky even when they dry, which is actually great because if you put powder on top, the powder's really gonna stick to it. Not in a way that makes you look like a cake face, but just in a way that the powder stays in place. And I will actually put some on now. I will conceal first, but I'm gonna put some powder on after to show you guys how beautiful it can look with powder. Okay, and now as I look in the mirror, I honestly cannot tell the difference at all between the finishes of each side. They both actually look really dewy. The Matte and Poreless really isn't very matte at all. I just want to point out, in case you don't know, the reason you use powder is to kind of set the foundation. It makes it last a lot longer. You don't have to set your foundation. I like to because throughout the day, I may have normal to dry skin now, but kind of throughout the day I do get a little bit oily in the T-zone. If you set that with powder, it helps it not happen as quickly. Okay, so now after setting my face with powder, both sides literally look the same in finish. Obviously powder does mattify your face, so it did take away a lot of the dewiness, but honestly without powder, as you saw before, they both had quite a bit of dewiness. So I would say the Matte and Poreless definitely is not a true matte foundation. It's maybe a semi-matte foundation at most, but they are very similar in texture. So really just kind of pick and choose. Definitely keep in mind, like I said, the Matte and Poreless does run quite a bit lighter than the Dewy plus Smooth. Don't know why, it shouldn't, but it does. But it's beautiful. This is my absolute favorite drugstore foundation by far. I think it's gorgeous. The finish is beautiful. Great coverage. It's just a wonderful, wonderful foundation. You might want to watch out. If you're a little bit oily though, you might want to watch out with it. It does have great, great coverage though, and it looks like natural skin. So yeah, that is my review of the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation Dewy Smooth and Matte and Poreless. I really hope that this video was helpful. Definitely let me know down in the comments if you pick up this foundation or if you've tried it before and what your thoughts on it are. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday. Also, don't forget to check the info box down below. All of my social media links are there, as well as my website, and any other kind of pertinent information is down there. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.